Gentlemen, it is mathematically inevitable that we get the luxury of dealing with a currency restructuring. It's the end of an old era, the beginning of a new. Now, most people will call this a black swan event in the future, and they'll say, we never saw it coming. In reality, this is mathematically inevitable, and people are warning you left and right. Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, wrote in his shareholder letter that by the year 2030, interest payments on the debt plus mandatory payments will consume all of the federal budget, meaning that the United States will have to go into permanent fiscal deficit. The question then becomes, who would accept the debt of a nation that is perpetually in debt? Also, debt to GDP by that time will probably exceed 150%. Therefore, you can make the argument, you say, what assets do you own? Bitcoin, gold. Sure, I would argue that the most undervalued asset, the most important asset that you need to own and curate is your network. People are products of their environment. This is why they say you're the product of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. During this era of volatility, the way that you deal with it will be dictated by your thoughts. And your thoughts, for better or worse, are dictated by the people that you surround yourself with. And so if you want to not only survive, but also prosper during this era, it's imperative to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. This is mathematically impossible. And in fact, it's not, most people will call it a black swan and they'll say it was terrible. In reality, the old system didn't work that well anyway. And so if you understand TCP/IP technology, if you understand blockchain, then you'll realize that the modern era is an era where we get to tokenize assets as money instead of debt. And this could become one of the most prosperous periods in the history of the world, where we actually realize the benefits of distributed ledger technology. You can see that equity asset tokenization platforms are popping up all over the place. It seems inevitable that we move to systems of assets as money rather than debt. And if you're smart enough and you get ahead of the curve and you build the arc now, you have a tremendous opportunity in front of you. If not, you'll claim it was a black swan and you never saw it coming.